We do. I do. Brings back a lot of memories as a player and obviously as a young coach in this league, head coach. And, these days, they don't ever get old. This is why you're in this business for days like this. And we understand it's a long process, though. Camp is, several weeks. But it's great to get everybody out on the grass. And, we got two beautiful fields. We got a beautiful building that we're breaking in. And everybody's excited.
How do you set the tone for your expectations on day one?
Well, I kind of set the expectation last night, in the team meeting and what to expect, and really the expectations for us is we got to get better, and we just got to focus on us, and take it one day at a time. It's camp is long, 3 preseason games, and we just have to just continue to grind, and continue to work.
Doug, can this be a player-driven kind of team, do you think, because of the leadership that you have? And do you like that as a coach when players sort of start to take some of the initiative in terms of?
Yeah, I do. We kind of saw that towards the end of the year last year. Players really took it upon themselves to lead the football team. And it's a good sign of the leadership that you have in the locker room. And obviously we're not an old football team, but for some of the young players to step up in those roles, and we're going to need more of that this year. It is good as a coach that you can lean on those guys and they can handle a lot of situations for you.
Is there a sense of normalcy finally? Last year, new year, and then you're over at Episcopal, and I guess maybe there isn't because you've got this new facility. Yeah or no?
Doesn't matter where you go. But I think last year was great from the standpoint of, we were at Episcopal and we appreciate everything they did for us. We're on buses, transporting back and forth. So we kind of became a little closer group for a couple of weeks as we did that. Now the excitement, enthusiasm of a brand new building and 2 great fields and having fans back, at practice, which we'll have today, and those are all the excitable things that we look forward to.
Cam Robinson's suspension is officially official. What I know. Right?
Wow. Officially.
How do you go in? Do you do anything different than what you did in OTAs, or you just go in with him and Walker splitting reps at left tackle?
Well, yeah. I mean, we understand the situation. We have to prepare both guys, honestly. But I would say that if Walker's the guy there, we got to make sure that he's ready to go and get him all the reps. But at the same time, Cam is going to practice and be a part of the football team, and both guys understand their roles and what we're trying to get accomplished. And as a staff, we just got to make sure that both of those guys are prepared, and probably particularly Walker. Getting the majority of the snaps to have him ready to go possibly for week 1.
You still get Walker reps at left guard?
Yeah, I think there's scenarios where we can do that. That's something early in camp. You want to see your offensive lineman playing some multiple spots and having that versatility. So yeah, he'll get some work in there.
At the end of OTAs, you were clearly tapping the brakes on the possibility of signing a better pass rusher. You said you want to see what this young group has. Could you just go into a little bit of your reasoning about why you feel that way?
Well, number one, really comfortable and really need to see, I say comfortable, but really need to see, Trayvon take another step this year. We need to see, when I'm talking about the edge guys, we need to see Josh, continue to improve and get better. Coming out of the spring and really coming out of last season, evaluating, Caleb on and where he is, and he's more of an outside guy, seeing where he's at. We liked where Roy was, at the end of the year, the pressure that he was putting, Devon Hamilton, that he was, Fotokasi's a guy that now in year 2 in our system, we can see the improvement there. And it's you just don't go out and get a player that you think you can just fix a spot. I mean, our job as coaches is to make sure that we coach our players, right? And so that's what we're going to do in this camp and particularly when we get the pads on. But we like the guys we have, obviously, and we're comfortable with that, and we'll get them ready to go.
Speaking of coaching the guys that you have, where do you see Caleb on right now?
When we're in base defense, he's a guy that's going to be a rotational guy. He's, depth chart wise, he's probably 3, behind Josh and Trayvon, right now, and then Casey. But I see, if he continues to improve and work the way he's been working, in the off season, and hopefully this camp is a good camp for him. You could see him in there a little bit more.
Timetable on Barch.
Don't like to put timetables on guys, as you know, but he'll start PUP, camp, and Smoot will be the same way. Those 2 guys will be PUP, but he's progressing really well, and we'll continue to show and monitor his progress. But optimistic, maybe a lot like James Robinson was a year ago, in camp, towards the end of camp, maybe getting him in there and getting him in the mix, but he's still a few weeks away.
You talk about just bringing Smoot back. What does he mean for the team, for the defense?
Well, number one, leadership. He was another one at the end of the year that was, before the injury was being disruptive. He's, another one obviously in the pass rush conversation. But he's probably a little later as far as coming back to the football team, because of later injury, during the season. But I think his leadership, his pass rush ability, the fact that he can play inside and outside, the versatility there, those are the guys that we were hoping to get back, right? One of the free agents on the team that we were trying to re-sign, and we were excited when we did.
How is his recovery gone so far?
Good.
With go ahead.
What do you guys do with Chris Playbrooks? Arrested last week, second arrest since April.
Right now, obviously, still ongoing investigation. He's still a part of the football team. Obviously, we take these things very serious here, and we want to make sure that Chris understands that, number one, but at the same time, with things being kind of ongoing and waiting for any kind of official ruling with him, he's a part of the football team and getting himself ready to play. Yes.
Will Calvin Ridley still need to be sort of managed early on, or do you expect he'll be?
No, he'll be full go. Yeah, he'll be full go.
What kind of offseason did you think Christian Kirk had?
He came back. He came back very, very excited. Very enthusiastic as far as the way we kind of left off at the end of the year. Again, what I saw second year in our system now, just the familiarity, the comfort level in the offense, the leadership ability, and he was someone too that kind of, with him and Calvin having a great relationship too, just being able to help coach him on the field, and that's something that I really respect Christian, and we don't ask them to be coaches, but it's kind of natural for guys like that to kind of take guys under the wing and teach the offense.
You signed some guy named Pederson. What do you know about him, and how do you expect that to work in the locker room, or when you're trying to get in?
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, he listen. He someone that we looked at. He played in the USFL, with Houston, and had a good season with them, and obviously with the Leonard Taylor injury, it freed up a spot, and it's like any other young player, coming in and competing, and when he gets opportunities, trying to make the most of them, and that's with any young player, and obviously, part of me is the coach, part of me is the dad side of it, but we'll do everything we can with all our players to make sure they're ready to go and give them opportunities to compete.
Does his mom have to sign off on that signing?
No.
No. Well, I mean, you might have to cut the guy. You have to cut your kid.
It's possible. It's possible. I mean, and those are decisions, we'll have to make it at the end. But just having him here and seeing what he can do and competing with the guys, he's gelled well. I mean, he's been around our team, right? You've seen him out at training camp practices. He knows a lot of the guys already. There's again that familiarity with the team. So it's just a matter of him coming in and embracing the role and doing good on the field.
Does that help the players, like the fact that he has to not believe that this is a spy? Peterson spy in the locker room?
A
I
spy?
don't know.
What?
I'm asking.
Espionage now? No, not at all. Not at all. I don't go for him. I'm not going to him for answers or questions or anything like that. No.
Evan was always going to be here for camp, but just getting him extended, what does that really say to see the kind of mutual respect and desire from both sides to make that happen?
I mean, obviously probably longer. It took longer than we had hoped for, but we like Trent and I and even on his side felt like we were going to get something done. It was just a matter of sort of letting kind of the dust settle around the league and seeing where things were going to shake out, and obviously on our football team. But just excited to have him, here. I don't think he was not going to miss camp, regardless of the extension or not. I think he was going to be here. He loves ball. He loves being here, and that's the one thing that I think as a coach you're kind of proud of when guys want to stay and they want to be here and be a part of what we're building. And so he's a big part of it offensively. Obviously, we're excited to have him locked up for a few more years and ready to go.
Christian said this was kind of the case with him last year, but do you ever see the players who, when they get paid, they can maybe play a little freer? They don't think about that contract year anymore.
It happens, and I think it's something that's lifted off of them, a weight that's lifted. The fact that now they know where they're going to be for the next few years, it definitely takes that burden off.
Do you like having fans at practice?
Love it. I love it. Just the enthusiasm of playing in front of your home fans anyway, and the fact that we got a beautiful stadium out here to host 2,500 or so fans for the next couple of weeks. The guys feed off of that, and it just brings a lot of energy to practice, and it's sometimes better than blaring the music all day long.
Got time for a couple more minutes?
What's it
You
like
guys
knowing
do
that
the,
sorry, what's it like knowing that you can provide the shaded area with the brand new facility, kind of really give back to the fans who've been so loyal over the last decade?
I think it's everything to the fans, to have the opportunity to come and spend a couple hours out here and watch practices, and they got the fans and the actual fans, up there, keep them cool. We got the amenities, the pro shop out there. I mean, it's a great place to come and to bring families, and one of the things I'm doing differently this year, kind of new this year, is I'm asking each position group to sign autographs after practice, and so 100 lucky fans will get a chance to come through the line at the end of practice and get an autograph signed. So it's a way for us to kind of give back to them because they support us. They come watch us, the hard times, the good times, and I enjoy having them out there.
did you guys finish refining the offense with what Trevor likes to do and putting it all together in the spring, or you still have to do more of that now?
Maybe.
How far along do you feel like you're in the process? How comfortable are you with what it looks like to this point and what Trevor?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Is it one or two things about the new facility that make it more convenient or more efficient or change the way you're doing your job?
Space.
Okay.
Right, space. You guys obviously have spent a lot of time, in the stadium, and it's been great for the amount of years that the Jaguars have been here. And but having this, I mean, the windows, the sunlight, to see it rain in the afternoon. I mean, to be able to walk outside right onto your practice field or walk indoors to your indoor facility and beautiful big weight room that you can now put the team in, and it just makes it easier. But the message too is let's not get comfortable, right? You still have to put in the hard work and the time, and but it just gives us, I think, the resources now to really focus on ball and not worry about a bunch of other things.
Gonna end it with JP. Last year when it finished with the team, Trevor playing well down the stretch. There's never a question about his drive and want to be great. But have you seen that grow after the way things finished? Maybe a little short of the playoffs last year, coming into camp this time.
I have. I saw it when he arrived, for the off-season program, and the way he's led this football team and continues to lead this football team. His motivation hasn't changed; it's probably enhanced a little bit more. You know, I think the guys understand that they can be a good football team. He understands that this can be a good football team. And we just got to focus on that, right? Focus on us and continue the process and continue the hard work. But he's in a really good place. You know, kind of to your point with the offense and stuff, we do lean on him. We do ask, you know, him what he likes and doesn't like, and try to refine it to the things that the players like, you know, and that's a sign of, you know, the I think the confidence that they have in us and we have in them, that we can have these communications and conversations. But he's, you know, he's the leader of this team, and we're excited that he is.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy the air conditioning.
Hey guys, a couple of housekeeping announcements before Coach talks about